Hello, everybody. Good evening. Amber Sherelle coming to you live on my personal feed. If you are catching me live for the first time ever, because I know I have some new subscribers today, if you're catching me live for the first time ever, come and say hello. Let me know you're a first time viewer so that I can welcome you into my world and into the Limitless Mum fold. And if you've been in my realms for a while, you know the drill. Come and say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from right now. I am a 4-1 sacral generator in human design, which means by proxy, I am designed to respond. So, as we get going with today's live event game, I'm going to talk about that in a moment. I want you to bear in mind that the more you interact with me, the more you engage, the more you're going to receive from me now in this live, but also afterwards. If there are any comments that I don't get to respond to today, if there are anything that I don't get to answer whilst we're live here, I will come back and answer every single question, comment, insight after this live experience. So please use this as an opportunity to ask me any questions. Try and keep them related to what we're talking about today, but hey, I love to go on a rabbit trail. So if you've got something unrelated and you want to know a bit more about it, or you want to dive a bit deeper, please ask those questions too. So today we are playing in the frequency of desire. And I promised that I would tag a few people in here as we began. Hello, Justine. I can see you, beautiful soul. Glad you're here. So, whilst I'm tagging these individuals, I just want to get you to check in with yourself about something. And I want you to be really honest, because if we can't be honest with ourselves, who can we be honest with? And when we're fully honest with ourselves, it means that we give ourselves this opportunity to grow, to expand. And so the question I want you to just ask yourself, and I want you to pop your answer in the comments below, is when was the last time I really fully, full body allowed myself to desire something in my life? And I want you to like really full body desire, not where I said I'd like that, it would be nice, but where I fully went, I want that, I'm gonna have that, I get to have that. I like full body lived and breathed that desire. And if you want to share with us, what was that desire? So whilst you're answering that, I'm going to tag a few people. You've got Linda, if it will let me. Oh, it's frozen on me. What was the last thing you allowed yourself to fully desire? Oh, it's having a hard time letting me tag people. So just one more to go. Just one more to go. I think we have our last one. Perfect, beautiful. I think that was everybody. So, playing in the frequency of desire. This is what we're here for. I fully had this activation of desire yesterday, and this is how this live came about. So, I was on a one-to-one call with one of my clients who is walking on this 12-month embodiment experiment journey with me. And we were taking a specific look at her sacral center over the past few weeks, reconnecting her with her sacral desire, her passions, her creativity, reconnecting her with her sacral response. So, she's a Manigen, and we were specifically looking at a defined gate of hers, which was gate 59. And I spoke about this in the story if you saw this earlier, but I want to take this a little bit deeper. So, Gate 59 is known as the Mountaineer, and the Mountaineer has this very strong tendency to meticulously plan its journey to wherever it's going to reach its goals or ambitions or destinations, or because this is deeply connected to the sacral center, the desire. So, there is a desire frequency that leads to a goal, like I'm going to do this, or I'm going to have this, or I want that, right? This is going to come from this sacral center, and this gate 59's way of taking action, of going all in with the sacral, is to have a plan. That plan is so important for an individual with gate 59 activated, they carry out the plan, they make a plan, but then they also recognize that they can adapt the plan as they go. Like it's not a rigid plan, there is this adaptability. Imagine the guy climbing a mountain, he's got to be prepared. He's prepared for anything and everything. But as he goes up the mountain, he's going to come across a challenge and he's going to know that he can create a new plan and make a new route and adapt his plan and all of those things. So we were looking at this energy for her in her life situation at present, which I'm not going to share with you, but what I do want to share was that what came up was that over the past few weeks of us being on this journey, she had had this desire. And it wasn't the first time this seed of desire had been activated within her, but she hadn't allowed herself yet in full Manny Gen style to actually try it on. She hadn't allowed herself to make any plans. She'd kept telling herself that maybe, 3 years' time, 4 years' time is something for the future. I might do it for the future. And she was feeling really frustrated in this area of her life. And yet there was this desire that was waiting for like the sacral saying yes to this. And she kept having responses over the past few months to this thing. And yet she wasn't allowing herself to really desire it. She wasn't allowing herself to move with desire. She wasn't allowing that desire frequency to move through her body and to propel her into action. She was suppressing it and holding it back. It's not now, it's in the future. Well, sacral responds in the now. Now, if you're not a sacral being, you're not a manifesting generator, or you're not a generator, please keep listening because I'm not just talking about sacral tonight. We really are focusing overall on the frequency of desire, and we're going to actually be looking at and playing a game. We have a game to play. We're going to play a game through all of the centers of our human design, all of our centers, and looking at the desire frequency of each center. But I'm just telling you this story because as we go through this game that I want to play with you and I want to activate you in, as we go through this game, I really want you to pay attention to where you are limiting yourself from really fully actually being in desire. Like where you are putting a barrier up saying, yes, I want this thing, or yes, I desire that thing, and but I can't have it, or it's not yet, or maybe it's not for me, or I'm afraid to take action, like whatever it might be that's coming up for you that doesn't enable you to fully play in the realm of desire. And I know that I'm saying the words play in realm of desire, and that might not mean much to some of you because it might be a long, very long time since you allowed yourself to fully desire something, to fully want something. I know people protect themselves, and I certainly did this in the past to protect myself from disappointment of not getting it. So we're going to talk about all of these things as we go through today's live. We're going to talk about that disappointment. We're going to talk about holding the frequency of expectation, and we're going to go through all of those things. So the difference between that sowing the seed of desire and then allowing the desire to fill you and expand beyond you and to be fully activated within yourself and to fully feel it and to imagine it and to play with it and to be in it. In order for you to play this game with me today, in order for you to be able to do that, you are going to have this core knowing. This is something that I tell everybody at the very beginning of their human design reading. Your soul desires, what you long for, what you wish for, what you desire is meant for you. We are desire beings. We are here energetically, spiritually, soul-led in this human experience to experience life itself, to experience life here on earth. And through that experience, we are also expanders. Every experience we have adds to the collective field. It leaves an energetic resonance. Every experience we have adds to not only our own expansion, but also the field's expansion. Now, if energy is all new to you and the world of energetics is all new to you, you can also look at this as a scientific level. Think when you came into this world as a newborn baby, you didn't have many experiences of the world around you. You know, your first few hours, that left an imprint, and the next few hours, that left an imprint. And all of these memories get stored in your subconscious mind. So on a biological level, every single experience we have adds matter to our brain. It adds a new neurological connection, and we are literally storing information. As we're storing information, we're creating these electrical currents, right? Every neurological pathway creates this new electrical current. Every pathway that is created because of the experiences that we've had. So you are literally expanding in physical matter, and you are expanding energetically, and then we are expanding collectively through those experiences. So your desires are part of that human soul embodied experience and a part of that expansion. Your desires are meant for you. So many of us have been brought up in a paradigm where perhaps wanting more was greedy. Be grateful for what you have, as if being grateful for what you have means that you can't want more, as if these two things contradict each other, as if they are paradoxical, like it's impossible to want something and still be grateful for what you have. That's kind of this black and white society that we've been in. It's this or that, but it's not. As we play through this game, I want you to remember that it is absolutely possible for you to be in the vibe of gratitude for all that you have, all that you've experienced, all that you've created, all that's in your reality right now, and still desire more. Like, I'm grateful that there are people here watching live, and I am grateful that loads of you wanted me to tag you in this today, and I still want more of you to come, and I want more of you to reach this, and I want more people to play the replay, and I love every single one of you, and I'm thankful for every single one of you, and I want more, right? I can have that. I can be in gratitude and I can be in desire. So as we play this game, I want you to honor that. I want you to be like, I'm not being ungrateful. I'm a woman with desire. I'm a woman who wants more. Like, I get to have more. It's safe for me to want more. It's safe for me to desire. The second thing that I want you to remember is that actually, if we look at this through the lens of human design, you have been gifted by source, by God, by universe, just by divine hapstance, if you want it to be, with these unique frequencies that are consistently yours. The definition within your body chart, within your body graph, is a frequency that you always have a consistent way of processing through and consistent access to. And each of those gates that are activated, each channel that's activated, each center that's activated, carries with it a gift. There is natural strengths, natural abilities that will grow and develop over your lifetime, but will have always been available to you, that are for you to use, for you to access, but also that give to the collective as well. And you have been given everything that you need in order to bring your soul's desires, your soul's mission, your karmic journey to life. So every desire that you have that comes not from fear and mind and what society's told you, but real heart-led, soul-led, body-led desires is meant for you. And you have been gifted with everything that you could possibly need in order to bring those desires to reality, to magnetize them towards you. And your only role is to allow those gifts to be free to shine. And so when I was looking at this client's chart and we're talking about gate 59, it's like, have you made a plan? No, I don't have a plan. Well, the mountaineer makes a plan. So this is your next step. You have the desire, the seed is sown. Allow the desire to grow and allow yourself to take action through the plan of gate 59. And so since that conversation, I've been in desire frequency. I spent the whole of today like in that vibe. And that led me to a contemplation. And this is the game that we're going to play, is part of this contemplation. This was the contemplation of, okay, we know that sacral is this center of sensuality, of desire, of passion, of lit up joy for energy. But what about the desires of the other centers in our human design chart? I kind of just got me curious. Do the other centers have a desire? Is desire only attached to sacral, or do we have desire in other areas of our chart? And if so, what does that feel like? And how is that expressed? And how do we experience that? And how does that move through us? And so this is where I started contemplating. So I'm just going to, before we can play this game fully, I'm just going to connect you to what I believe through today's contemplation are the desires of each of the centers. And this is a bit of an experiment. I sat with this for hours today, playing with it, having fun with it, getting really excited about sharing it with you because I was like, this is so golden. I've never seen it through this lens before, and it was so much fun, and I'm excited. But in order to play the game with you, you kind of have to have this knowledge, right, to play it fully. So the root center. For those of you who do not know anything about the root center, the root center has this, it is the center of pulse to action and trust in divine timing. So it is like the pressure to do something, to move, to go, to act. And so I was thinking about the desire of the root center. How do we experience desire in the root center energy? But it's like, what do I want to do? What do I am feeling the pulse to action to do? What do I feel like? Where do I want to move to? Where does my momentum want to go? Where does my energy want to go? What action do I want to take in my life? What action do I want to experience in my life right now? What do I want to do? So there is a desire to do through the root center. Now, in order for us to really access the desire at the root center, the desire to do something in our lives, the desire to move, the desire to go, we have to also be aware of where that is our desire or the desire of somebody else's pressure. So when we're in empowerment in the root center, whether defined or undefined, we move on our own pulse to action that comes through us and from us. When we are in disempowerment with the root center, somebody says to us, you need to get this done now. And we're like, oh my gosh, I feel the pressure. I better get it done. Somebody sets a deadline and we're like, because of their deadline or because of their expectation or because of their request of us, we feel the pressure to get moving. Or perhaps there is a financial pressure right now, like I haven't made any sales, my bank balance is low, like we're in that kind of pressure and we're like, I have to do something about this. But it's not because we have this natural pulse to action, this natural desire. It's because there is a pressure external to us that is forcing us. But it's not in alignment. It's not from a place of alignment. It's from a place of fear or from a place of expectation or people pleasing. So we want to be aware that when we're connecting with the desire of the root center, that we're connecting with our truth. Like, what do I want to do? What do I want to do with my energy? Where do I want to place it? Okay. Now, sacral is that hell yes, full body response, and it is in the now, it is in the moment. So it's like right now, what is coming in at me? Like right now, what is coming in at me, and what am I responding to, and what is my body saying yes to? But there is also this desire. The desire of the sacral is to feel pleasure. Will it bring me pleasure? Will it bring me joy? Will it be satisfying? There's a desire to create, but it's also a desire for pleasure, sensuality, joy. So it's very much like, yes, I want that. I want to experience that. That will be so good, right? It's very, very much turned on. Now, the solar plexus or the emotional center, what is that desire? What do we desire in our solar plexus or our emotional center? For those of you who know your design, go on, give me a guess. I'm going to check the comments. I can't see them on the computer. What do you think your solar plexus desires? Oh, always takes a little while to catch up. Justine, just seeing your comment now about like what you really allowed yourself to desire. Probably my last birthday, treated myself to a luxury spa weekend with friends. Oh my gosh, that sounds divine. Yes, please. Yes, 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 please. Love a spa. Beautiful, thank you. Hi, Tony. Tony's watching as well. So no one's come at me, I don't think. I can't see anyway, so I'm going to keep going. So solar plexus emotional center, the desire is to feel something, to have an emotional experience. I want to feel abundant. I want to feel freedom. I want to feel like the world is my oyster. I want to feel limitless. I want to feel alive. I like it's a feeling experience that we have in the solar plexus. What about the splenic center? What does the splenic center desire? Safety, security, inner knowing, connection to the inner knowing. Not knowledge of mind, but inner body knowing, intuitive knowing. It desires safety and security within. And it also desires, not requires, it desires vitality and well-being. So deeply connected to our immunity and to our well-being and our vitality is the splenic center. So the desire for vitality, we're going to come into this in a little bit more. I want to connect you with that. And the desire for safety and security. What would make me feel so safe and secure right now? What do I want? What would bring me alive? What do I need for my well-being? What do I desire to feel in my body well-being, my mind, my mental health, my physical health? The ego center, the heart center, sometimes known as the will center, is called all three. What is that desire? I want it and I will have it. And I said this earlier. Like, when was the last time you allowed yourself to go, I want it and I'm going to have it? The defined will center, the defined ego center knows what it wants, and it will like unstoppably move towards it no matter what, even if it has no idea how. It's like, it's going to be mine. It also has the will of like, I will do it, right? So it's like, I can, I will. But it also, especially for those of you who have the ego center is your authority, heart center is your authority. It's like, I want what I want and I get to have it. I'm going for it. Do I want it? Yes. Okay. It's really so blunt. Like, the ego center is so blunt. When was the last time you just allowed yourself to want something because you wanted it and that's it? I don't have to explain it. There's no like reason. There's no logic behind it. That's what I want and I'm having it. I will have it. I don't know when, I don't know how, but I'm gonna have it. When was the last time you had that kind of desire frequency? When did you play in that realm? Because I feel like that's a really fun realm, a realm that most of us really shy away from because of our fear of ego. And ego is such a beautiful thing. It can be such a beautiful thing in its empowered state. When we're going to move into the G center, okay, so the G center's desire. Desire, this is the center of love, identity, direction, value, service. So we was like, how do I want to, like, the desire of feeling loved? How do I desire to feel loved? How do I desire to be, to move? How do I desire to be seen? Like, who am I? How do I desire to be, to give, to be of service to the world, to others, to family, to friends, to myself? To love and to serve and to give, to love and to serve and to give. How do I, what is my desire in those realms? Now I'm going to bypass the throat for a minute. I'm going to come back to the throat. There's a reason for that, and I'll explain that in a moment. We're going to jump up now to the head center, because the head center is the realm of inspiration and ideas. This is the realm of possibilities, the realms of imagination, the realm of what could be. So the desire of the head center, the desire we experience of the head center is almost like the fuller picture. It's the wider picture. It's like, what could it be like? What would it be like? What would life be like? What do I want to experience? Like, imagine that. Imagine if. It's the and not everybody's going to get a visual, okay? So we're all going to have our inspiration and ideas in different ways. For many of you, you're going to experience like be able to have a vision or a visualization of what it is you desire and what it is you're imagining life could be like, or a certain aspect of your life could be like. And I think of the head center, when I was contemplating this earlier, I was like, really, the head center's in response to the other desires. So let's say, for example, there is a desire in the ego center, and it's like, I want that car. I want that car, I'm going to have that car. And the head center comes in and is in its supporting role, and it's like, yeah, I can see us driving that car. The roof down, the music blaring, the wind in my hair. I can feel it. I can almost smell it. I can feel the leather of the seats. I can see the windy roads that we're going down. Like, I can feel the whole damn thing. I can imagine the whole damn thing. So the head center also is the channel of divine inspiration, and it can come on its own. Like, we're just looking at the realm of desire here. So I don't want you to think that that's all there is to the head center, but in the frequency of desire, like, this is what I was looking at in the head center. And then the ajna. So the ajna is like the last piece before we come to throat that we want to look at, because the ajna really only has one desire. The ajna's desire is how. How's it going to happen? How do we get there? How do we create this? It's the question of process, concept, procedures. It just wants the answer. The desire is to the how, the clarity. Give me clarity. What are my steps? What do I do? How do I get there? How is it done? So the Ajna's desire is how. And then we're going to come to the throat. And the reason I've left the throat to last is if you think about the human design chart, we have energy coming in through the head center and energy coming in through the root center. So we've got energy pouring through the head, energy coming in through the root, and it's always looking for the path of least resistance to be expressed through us. So don't worry about this too much in terms of what that looks like on the chart and what that means for you. All I want you to think about is that where is it all coming to? It's coming into the throat center to be expressed. And the throat center is the center of manifestation. It is the center of communication. This is where all of what we've processed, all of what we've experienced, all of what we're activated is waiting to be expressed out of us. And self-expression can literally be voiced. Like, I'm going to voice this desire. But in terms of the desire frequency, it could also be, written word. It could also be in the actions that we take. It could also be in how we carry ourselves and what we choose to wear. Like, this is the self-expression. And the desire of the throat center is to be heard and to be expressed. To be heard and to be expressed. And the secondary desire is in the manifestation aspect of the throat center, which is to call it to me. I want to bring it to me, call it to me, carry it to me, give it to me, show me the way. Like, I want to call it in. Frequency of the throat. Are you with me so far? Are you feeling this? Can you feel how each center has its own nuance of desire? And it comes with its own energy and its own power. Now, depending on whether you have these centers defined or undefined, you're going to have this consistent connection to those frequencies, or you're going to have the fluctuation, the flow, because you're processing that from other people. So there's going to be an inconsistency in the way that you experience that desire frequency in each of these centers, depending on defined or undefined, right? But we all have access to all of these centers within our chart. And so today, the game we're about to play, let's just do it, is we're going to activate your desires in each of these centers within each of these themes. So this is almost like a quick fire round. I don't want you to overthink it, because if we start overthinking it, we're moving out of the actual center itself and we're starting to move in head and logic. And then all of your answers are just going to come from the how frequency. And we don't want everything to come from the how frequency. We want to really tap into each of these centers. So if you want to do this with your eyes closed, you can. If you're happy to do it with your eyes open, but all we're going to do is we're going to tune in and bring our awareness to each of these centers within our body. If it helps you to hold or touch that center for yourself, then you can do that also. It definitely helps and supports me. And we are going to just take a moment to breathe into each center. Oh, now we have 7 comments. Oh, the throat center, my challenge. Laurie, your challenge in what way? Tell me more, tell me more. And can very much relate to the desire with the throat and ajna. These are the only 2 areas defined in my chart. And so can you see why it would make sense that for you, Justine, these 2 defined areas are the 2 that have the greatest connection for you, the greatest resonance? Like, as I'm talking about them, like, I can definitely connect with both the throat and the ajna desire. And this is perfect. This is exactly how you're designed to be. And at the same time, guess what? I am a defined root center, I'm a defined sacral center, I'm a defined G center, I'm a defined throat center, a defined ajna. It is my only 3 undefined centers: my head, my emotional center, and my spleen. And I wasn't going to go into this today, but just really quickly, as we come together as a collective, as a community, there are 4 people currently watching live, okay, but there is more people within our collective field. We are actually exchanging energy all of the time. And so where you have undefined centers, you get to be activated by whatever energy I'm putting down here, whatever I'm throwing out here today. As you share your desires in a moment, as you connect with them in a moment, you get to have that frequency bounce off of each other and to experience that. And through this, we're going to activate some of the root. But know this, that it's only going to be temporary. That desire gets activated, and at the same time, that frequency is a result of being in this field with us today, and that tomorrow that frequency might feel a little bit different. But the game that I'm going to take you through, you can literally play for yourself. Defined or undefined doesn't matter. You can play in the frequency of each of those centers. It's just that where you're defined. So for me, for example, the root center, I am going to have a consistent connection to the desire of the pulse to do something, to go somewhere, to be somewhere, to move. I'm going to have that as a consistent. And the emotional experience, not so much. It will come, it will go, it'll be different, it will feel different, it won't be the same every time. It will have a different frequency. I might not always recognize it. And that's part of the awareness. This is where we start creating awareness, is that I get to have these delicious experiences in my open center and I don't know what's going to come. And in my defined center, I get to really lean into knowing that frequency, being deeply connected with it, embodying it like all the time. We literally all complete each other. Exactly. It's so beautiful. That was a really nice way of putting it, Justine. I love that. Okay, let's play. Let's play. I've talked for far too long. So I want you to either close your eyes, keep them open. It's completely up to you. And I just want you now just to tune into your root center. So bringing your attention, bringing your awareness down into your feet and also, through your legs. Okay. So if you can connect to the ground, even better. Like if you can get your feet touching the ground, great. But also through your like pelvic bone and your tailbone, just really focusing on these areas as we connect to the root. And I just want you to take a couple of slow, deep breaths at your own pace, your own rhythm into your root center. Just feeling your root center grounding, feeling the energy going down, relaxing into the root. And from here in the root, I want you to allow the idea of desire to creep in. Allow the idea of desire to permeate. Allow yourself to smile with the thought of desire, because remember, we're playing in the frequency and the realm of desire. And as you connect down, still bringing your concentration onto your root center, I just want you to ask yourself this question out loud or in your head. What do I desire to do? What do I want to act upon? Where do I want to go? What do I want to use my energy for? And you want to allow the first things that come up. I'm going to repeat those questions, but you want to allow the first things that come up just to come up and let them be. Don't try and figure them out. Don't try and create more. Just allow the first things that come through to be. So what do you desire to do? Where do you desire to move to? What actions do you desire to take? Just notice. And I want you to put the first things that came through for you in the comments. I want you to write these down. I want you to note them, because over the next few days, I want you to play with them. I want you to feel into them. I want you to allow those desires to expand. I'm just going to let you put those into the chat. If you don't want to share, that's also okay. But one of the reasons that I'm asking you to share, remember what we just spoke about with the throat center, is these desires are here to be expressed. And I want you to allow yourself to honor your desires, allow your desires to be heard, allow your desires not just to be felt, but also to be expressed from you, through you, out of you. And this is part of the game. And we're going to do this with each center. I'm not going to stop after each center. I'm going to keep going through the centers now from here on out. You know the game, you know what it is. If you want to write yours down in between each center, grab a piece of paper and a pen, or do it on your phone. Okay, we're going to move on. So, sacral center. Let's do sacral. So again, connecting with your sacral center. So the sacral center is all of the reproductive organs, your womb space as a female. Just connecting with that area. center of pleasure, passion, joy, creativity, sexuality, sensuality, chi, shakti. The real pleasure center. Just breathing into that, feeling that, noticing your sacral. Setting the intention to connect with that frequency of desire, to allow yourself to desire. Just ask yourself, what would feel pleasurable? What is it that I want that would bring me satisfaction right now? If you are a defined sacral, you can even ask, what is my sacral saying yes to in this moment? What is it saying yes to? Just notice what's coming through. And then we're going to move up from the sacral. So we're going to move over. We're going to go and look at the solar plexus. So bringing your attention to the solar plexus. Placing a hand on your solar plexus if you choose to. Just breathing into your solar plexus, the center of emotion, the center of feelings. Feelings. How do I want to feel? How do I desire to feel? What do I want to feel? What emotions do I want to experience as I move through my day, as I move through the world, as I move through this year? What do I desire to feel? Ah, that one made me smile, feeling all of that. Amazing. And then moving into the spleen, the splenic center, connecting with your splenic center. Just breathing love, breathing in safety and security and vitality, well-being. I want you to ask, what would make me feel safe and secure right now? What would make me feel safe and secure right now? What do I desire in my life that brings me a sense of safety and security? Mm. Staying with the splenic center, but now taking a look at your vitality and well-being. How do I desire to feel in my body? How do I desire to feel in my body? Mm. And we're going to move on now to the heart center. And if it helps you, if you want to place your hand on your heart center, so known as the ego, the will center. Just breathing in here. Breathing in and bringing attention to your heart center. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What are you ready to have? What do you want? And what do you know that you get to have? I want it, I'll have it frequency. I want it, I'll have it. And I just really love this one, so I want you to say this out loud. Feel it. I want it, I have it. I want it, I'll have it. What's coming through here? And then allowing yourself to connect with the G center, the center of identity, the center of love, the center of service, the center of giving. So allowing yourself to connect in with that center, your G center, the center of direction, the center of love, the center of service and giving. How do you desire to experience love right now? What would make you feel loved? What kind of love are you longing for? I long to experience love in this way. What would more love look like and feel like to you? Who do you want to receive that love from? It could be people, it could be animals, it could be your connection to earth, to uni, to God, to source. There is no right or wrong. How do you long to give? What do you long to give to the world? What is it that you want to give in service at the moment? Again, maybe you want to give to someone you love that's close to you. Maybe you want to give something to a community. Maybe it's something that you want to be of service to in your business or through your business. What do you desire to give? And whilst we're here, what do you desire to receive? And we're going to move past throat and ajna for a moment, and we're going to come up to the head center. So if you want to use your hand, you can place your hand on the top of your crown. And as you're breathing into your head center this time, I want you to imagine your crown opening up, opening and widening to receive divine inspiration, divine imagination. The head center is the center of inspiration, ideas. And in desire frequency, this is the realm of imagination. So I'm going to give you a minute to play with your imagination. Maybe you want to play with one of your desires. I saw Justine had a desire to go have a shower and to soak. Maybe you want to imagine what the shower is going to feel like, feel the water on your skin. But whatever your desires are, or maybe it's something completely new, just spend a few moments here in the realm of imagination. Mm. And then moving down from the ajna into the head, that part of mind that wants to know, it desires to know how. What is it right now that your Ajna wants to know? And here, I really want you not to get lost in the detail. You don't need to figure out how. We're not playing in the realm of figuring it out because that comes from force. We're allowing the how to appear. So I want you to be in the desire frequency of the desire for clarity. What is it I desire clarity on? What is it I desire to know how to do or to bring into reality or to manifest or to create? I don't need to know the how. The how will happen. It will come. As it's meant to come from me, it will. As it's meant to come for you, it will. But I get to desire that clarity. I get to say, I can't wait to find out how. What do you want to know how to do? What do you want clarity on? And then moving now into the throat center. So you might like to place a hand on your throat. I really love to gently stroke my throat. Something like soothing about stroking the throat center as you breathe in. Bringing the awareness to the throat center, just connecting with your throat center. What do you desire to express? What do you wish you could tell the world, tell somebody in your life? What is waiting for you to communicate? And how do you desire to communicate it? Do you want to sing it? Do you want to paint it? Do you want to dance it? Do you want to draw it? Do you want to write it? Do you want to speak it? Do you want to shout it? How do you desire to communicate? And what do you desire to communicate? Okay. Here's what I want you to do next. Coming back to the space if you've had your eyes closed, just allowing yourself to come back gently. If it helps, just bringing a little bit of movement into your body. I realized I was holding a bit of tension through that because I was so like in the experience. It was so fun. Okay. And here's what I want you to do because we are not finished with the throat center yet. I want you to call it to you. All that you're desiring, all that you want, all of that energy that you've just brought to your attention awareness, I want you to call it to you. And I want you to do that in the way that you just said, I want to communicate. This is how I want to communicate. If it is a written word, write it down for yourself right now, here and now. If it is a picture, begin drawing that picture here and now. If you're an artist, I know that might take you hours. Start. Just start now. Start in this now moment. If you want to write it in the chat, write it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear the desires that have been activated. If you want to scream it out loud and you feel like you can, or if you've got a house full of people, grab a cushion and scream it into the cushion, right? Like, how do you want to express your desires right now? This is the last piece of activation where it comes from being inner wisdom, inner knowing, inner energy, inner vibes, all of the inner authority moving through you and becomes an outer authority. It becomes an expression into the world. And this is how we bring it into manifest. It's through the action, it's through the declaration, it's through the ownership of our desire. the ownership of our desire. So it's one thing to hold it in here, but it's another thing to express it out there and allow it to be brought to you, allow it to be magnetized to you. I remember when I started playing with the frequency of desire back in the realms of when I was really deep into the manifestation process. And I had this fear, like I used to say to people, well, you shouldn't really tell everyone your dreams and goals and everyone what you desire because people might poke fun of it, or people might like copy you, or people will do this. Like so much in the fear frequency of sharing my desires. Hello, I'm a four line. So just to cue you in here, the four lines, we're here to speak from our heart, to create close connections and relationships, and the opportunities come to us through the people we know. And so, my silencing of my desire, my hiding it, my storing it in here, my not allowing myself to feel it or express it, meant that I didn't communicate. And I can recall back, I have so much evidence now, so much evidence across 33 years of my lifetime where I've spoken my desires out loud and they've materialized. When I was a child and I really, really desired and longed for a majorette mace. And it turned up on my door for Christmas because I didn't just speak about my desire once, I spoke about it every single day. You know, our children are good at that, right? I want it, please, 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 right? But even later in life, I remember when I was working for Go Camry, a karate company, and Jason, we went to like every morning we had a meeting, and one of these meetings we'd done dream boards, and this was the day that I quit. I went into the office, we had the meeting, and then after the meeting, I asked to speak to Jason. I said, Jason, I've decided that after doing all of that dream boarding exercise, like this isn't for me. This isn't what I want to do with my life. I want to become a marine biologist and I want to go dive. I want to dive every day. I just want to be in the water every day. I want to be seeing the marine life every day. And he was like, then go and do it. I knew there was more to you than this. Go and do it. And then I went home and I told the people that I was living with at the time, like, I don't have a job right now. I just kind of quit because I decided that I'm going to be a marine biologist. And a couple of them were like, what, holy hell, how are you paying the rent? And another one went, oh my goodness, you should check out this university. They have a great marine biology course. That was the step in. I was like, okay, well, let me take a look at that. And I didn't go there in the end. I studied online and I did something different. But that was the in. Through that like expression, it started to come into fruition. I didn't really plan on quitting that day. I was just like, I don't think this is for me. Like, I really want to become a marine biologist. And he was like, go and do it then. There's more to you than this. And it's kind of that moment. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go do it. Like now, like now, yeah, now. Okay, here I go. I'm off. So this expression, however you choose to express it, is like that first piece of you owning it and then moving with it and allowing that desire not just to live within you, but to live outside of yourself. Now, I know we've been here for a while. I have no idea how long we've been live for. I don't really care. This transmission just needed to come through. It will come through as it can through. I've just got like three more things that I want to share, and then I'm going to wrap up. So the first is that through this exercise and through this play and through this experience today, what I really wanted to do was just to give you a taste of the frequency of desire. But from here, I really want to encourage you to expand it. And I want you to ask yourself this question each day from now on, like, am I playing in the frequency of desire or am I playing in the frequency of contrast? And in this topic, what I mean by contrast is the frequency of I don't have it yet, it isn't here yet, the this isn't what I want frequency. Like, am I playing in my body in the frequency of I really want and I cannot wait and I know it's meant for me and I know it's coming and I'm in delicious anticipation of what's to come? Because I know that my soul desire is meant for me. I know that if I desire it, I can have it. I know that if I desire it, it was meant for me to experience, and therefore, like I'm moving with this desire. And at the same time, I cannot wait for it to come to fruition. And I have no attachment to how it comes. There's no like it has to come in this way. So, for example, I just like I'm gonna give you a personal example, a real personal example of this right now of the frequency of desire that I'm in. It's really hard to access the contrast, so bear with me. So, I have recently launched the embodiment experiment. It's a 12-month experience, and as you heard at the beginning of this live, if you were here for the beginning, this live came off of the back of one of my client calls for the embodiment experiment. But I still have 2 spaces left. And I have this strong desire in my G Center to carry, to guide 2 more women through this 12-month journey. And I am calling them in and I can feel them. I know not who they are by name, but I know who they are in frequency. Like I can feel them. I know they're ready. I know that they're excited about human design. I know that they want to try something new. I know that they're intentional beings. I know that they're here to play and to have fun with it, that they're here to see what if, they're here to live in the realms of possibility. Like I can feel them and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. And this is what I mean about delicious anticipation. I cannot wait for them to come, for them to message me, to reach out to me. I know you're here. I can feel you here. I know you're here. I'm talking to you right now. This is the vibe that I'm in. This is the delicious desire frequency and the frequency of anticipation, knowing that they're coming. And so what's my role here is to wait for Sacred to respond, to keep talking about this experience, to connect with more people, to feel their frequencies, to know they're coming, to like really live in delicious anticipation and to not get caught up in the how it's going to happen, who they'll be, when they'll come, what day, what time, like none of that, because it doesn't serve me. What's meant for me will come to me, and I'm okay with the divine timing, and I'm in my trust zone, in my root, and I'm in the anticipation because it's going to be fucking amazing. Okay, it's going to be amazing. And at the same time, I could play in the frequency of don't have. I don't know who you are. I don't have any names yet. I have no conversations about the embodiment experiment going on at the moment with anybody. I have the people that have already registered who are already on this journey with me, but there's no new interest. I don't know who you are. I could focus on what I don't have. I'm really struggling to connect with that because I'm still like, I do know who you are. I can feel you. I know you're here. Like I know you're here. So yeah, anyway, I'm struggling to connect with the contrast, but you get it. I could connect with the fact that the sales haven't come in yet. I could be focused on the fact that I have no idea where these leads are coming from. I could be focused on the fact that, do you know what, I took a week out and I wasn't promoting anything. I would just like I've just been on a whole week's holiday. I've not promoted, I've not been marketing, I've just been jamming off, going to zoos and children's play parks and camping and stuff, and it's been amazing, laying in the sun and all of that. And I could focus on all that I don't have, all of the contrast, all of the ways in which there is no evidence right now of anyone saying yes to the embodiment experiment. Or I can spend my time going, well, since when has that ever mattered? Miracles, magic has happened all of the time. Most people come to me through the most unexpected ways. Most people come and work with me and they just know in that instant, they know they come. So I'm in the desire frequency of delicious anticipation of when it's coming because I know it's coming. I know it's possible. I know I have the evidence. I have the evidence. I know what's true for me. I know when my sacral desires something and it's a hell yes, it's meant for me. I know that when my defined G center is like, I want to give in this way, that there'll be somebody who's ready to receive it. I know that when my head can imagine them in their presence, can imagine talking through their gates, their channels, like when I'm playing in that realm, I know that if I can see it, I can create it. So I have nothing to fear. I just wait and get excited while I wait and play in the frequency of all of the energies that we've played in today. And that's what I want from you from here on out. Can you walk and with the awareness of, am I in contrast or am I in desire frequency? And if I'm in desire frequency, amazing, can I expand it? So now that I've got myself, now that you guys have played a little bit with that frequency today, can I expand it? Can I make it larger? Can I feel it more? Can I walk through my day? Oh, hi Sue. I haven't seen Sue in ages. Hello, gorgeous. Um, and the final part of that, so this is all like an evolution. The first is the seed, the next is the activation, and the next is the expansion. And then we come into the expression, and then we continue to expand, and then we continue to be in the anticipation, and then we continue to expand, right? Like it's an evolution. But here's the next thing that I want to bring you to. It's not just about the desires that you've connected to today. It's not just about the big things. It's not just about the sales in your business. It's not just about the relationships that you want to call in, the money that you want to call in, like the big things. It's also in your day to day. Because through your day to day, you're going to experience contrast. I'll give you an example. I hung some washing out yesterday and it was all nice and dry and it was nearly dry and then it just started raining out of nowhere. And it was like a quick burst, a quick shower. But by the time the shower had finished, my washing was wet again and I was like, no, it's going to stay out longer, but we're running out of daylight. Oops, wish I got it in earlier. It's a contrasting experience. That's just something I didn't want. That wasn't a frequency that I wanted. What I wanted was dry clothes. I just played in the frequency of let's hope it doesn't rain again. I desire for it to stay dry for the rest of the daylight hours, and let's hope it gets as dry as possible, and then I can hang it on the radiators. Stayed in the frequency of like, uh, it will dry. Like the desire is that it will dry, that it's got enough time. Or when there is no desire and there's no contrast, like today, I was already in the vibe of desire frequency, and I'm walking home, coming home to get ready for this masterclass, and I'm walking past someone's garden, and they have this beautiful red rose in the front garden. And because I was playing in the realm of desire as well, and I was thinking about this masterclass, I walked past this red rose, and I'm like, that looks like it's just blossomed, just opened. It's so perfect, so untouched, like every petal, like the one next to it had like those little brown edges where it's curling over, but this one was like in divine form. And I was like, I want to smell. Like I have a desire to just hold that rose and smell it, but it's kind of like over the wall, and I'd have to lean over like quite a way to be able to get hold of it. And like somebody's garden, and I just this delicious desire to smell the roses. And then I started thinking in the head of all the possibilities of the house that I desire and the garden that I'm going to have and how I'm going to have roses in the garden that look just as divine as that. And I'm imagining these rose bushes and then blooming each year and the smell of the roses and I'm in my imagination zone, I'm in my desire zone. Just like desire comes to you all of the time. There is a desire frequency available to you all of the time. Will you choose to live in it? Will you choose to allow it in? Or will you keep resisting it? Will you walk past the rose unaware? Will you hear your heart calling to give and say, but who am I to do it? Will you keep, you know, saying, I want that, and saying, but I'm not allowed to because I'm not worthy, I'm not valuable enough, because I didn't earn it, because I don't deserve it? Will you allow yourself to play in the yes, please frequency of I notice the desire, I honor the desire, my desire is meant for me, I get to have it. Like, yes, please, universe. The choice is yours from here on out. Today we brought awareness to do it. Today we've activated. Today we've sown seeds. Today you found a little game that you can play to activate it more. Today you have something to expand upon. What you do with it from here on out is your experiment. So I hope you've enjoyed today. I hope it's been fun more than anything. And if you are, I know you are, I can feel you. If you are ready to go on the embodiment experiment with me for the next 12 months, if you want to go into the deeper facets of your design, not just the frequency of desire, all of the frequencies that are within your design, but also your definition, your unique gifts, the gifts that help you, that were given to you in order to create the reality that you're desiring, in order for you to manifest the things that you desire in your life, in order for you to serve, in order for you to receive, in order for you to give, in order for you to experience, in order for you to expand. You already have all of these unique gifts that are within yourself, that definition that you have of your chart. You also have the wisdom of your undefined centers. You also have all of this glorious, glorious access to experience in your in the places where you're undefined. But you have these defined pieces, these defined gifts, like within you. That those aspects of your human design are where you access your limitless potential, of where you start to discover things that you didn't even know were possible for you. And that's what we're going to do together over the 12 months. Like we did today, we're going to explore the frequencies within your design, the energies within your design, the archetypes, the vibes, and how they are showing up for you in your life at present, how they've shown up for you in the past, and how you can really start to allow them. It's not about trying anything on. They already exist within you. You don't need to become anything or be anyone else or try to be something. It's like, how can I allow them to come through me? We're going to connect with them. We're going to recognize where they reside within us and how they present themselves with consistency, like how these consistently have always been there underlying, and where I've started like suppressed them, where I've not allowed them to be expressed, where I've not allowed them to fully expand within me and beyond me. Today has been like a taster of one tiny piece. You get to come and do this with me for 12 months, one to one, with your unique design. So if you would like to join the embodiment experiment, please message me. You can send me a DM. You can email me at info@ambersharelle.com, or you can literally just comment now here below this video and I will send you all of the information that you need. And no matter what, there'll be a way for you to access this experience one-to-one, because I'm just ready to serve. I'm ready to do this. If you're not quite ready for that yet, if this has been quite new to you, if you're brand new to human design, or is just not quite ready for that deep dive, then you do have a couple of options. If you want to keep going with human design, if you want to explore this further, if you want to know more, then you can do one of two things. You can book a human design reading with me, which is 90 minutes, and I will introduce you to your chart. And depending on what it is you would most like to get out of that reading, we will spend time going into the areas of your chart that are most relevant to that. And you can do that both for your business. So for those of you who are business owners, which is most of you in my world, then you can do that for your business. So I have human design business readings, or you can book a separate, like just a reading for whatever area of your life that it is you want to explore, and that's also perfectly okay, or just general. Or if you're like, I really know that I want to use this in my business and I want to have more support, but I'm not ready for one-to-one. Like, I'm really feeling the vibe of a group, like something where there's a group, but where I have regular access to ask questions about my design, regular access to ask questions about how my design can support me in my business, about my business growth, my expansion, the energetics of that as well. Like, if that's what you're looking for and that's your vibe, then come and join us in the Limitless Mum Academy. We have a room for all of you inside of there, and this is a membership. It's a rolling contract. You can join for a month, see how you feel and vibe, and if it's not for you, you can leave again. But the Limitless Mum Academy is the place to come if you want like group support. We have weekly mentoring calls on a Monday, we have co-working calls on a Thursday, and then on Friday we have our planning and accountability calls. We also have monthly trainings, ad hoc challenges going on. There are so many videos, resources within there around all things. So you've got all four pillars. You've got human design, you have got mind empowerment, you have got well-being and emotional mastery in there, as well as your business design, and that's all through the lens of human design. So yeah, so that's what I'm inviting you to. If you have any questions, please ask them. Just coming back to the chat, because I know it takes some time to catch up. Okay, beautiful. If you're watching on the replay and you have questions, please also ask them. I'll come back to them. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing this experience with me. Thank you for being here live, for those of you who are here live. Thank you for watching the replay, for those of you who are watching the replay. I so appreciate you. And I will see you all soon. Bye for now.